My daughter said, "Dad, I need to tell you something, and you're not going to like it. I'm Tom, 45, divorced father of 2. My daughter Chloe just finished her freshman year at Arizona State. She's always been a good kid, honor roll in high school, got a partial scholarship, worked part-time at Starbucks to help with expenses. I was proud of how responsible she'd become after her mother and I split when she was 16. This conversation happened when she came home for summer break. She looked nervous, fidgeting with her phone, avoiding eye contact. What's going on, kiddo? I'm pregnant. My world stopped. How pregnant? About 10 weeks. I did the math. Spring break. Of course. Okay. Who's the father? That's when she broke down crying. I don't know. I felt my blood pressure spike. What do you mean you don't know? Through tears, spring break was crazy. I was drunk most of the time. There were 3 different guys over 5 days. I was on birth control, but I was taking antibiotics for a UTI and didn't realize it would interfere. I sat there processing this information. My responsible daughter had spent spring break in Cabo having unprotected sex with random strangers. Have you contacted any of these guys? That's the problem. One was from another college, I only know his first name. Another was a local guy we met at a club, no contact info. The third. I remember even less about. Chloe, what were you thinking? I wasn't. I was finally free, having fun, living college life. Everyone was doing it. Everyone was having unprotected sex with strangers. She got defensive. Don't slut-shame me, Dad. This could happen to any girl. You're right. But most girls would have been more careful, especially when taking medication that affects birth control. After the initial shock wore off, we sat down to discuss options. I expected a conversation about difficult choices. What I got was a list of demands. I've decided to keep the baby, Chloe announced. That's your choice. What's your plan? Well, I'll need to take next semester off. Maybe the whole year. I'll move back home so you can help with childcare while I figure things out. Hold on. You're assuming I'm going to support this decision. You're my dad. Of course you'll help. Help is different from enabling. You made adult choices, Chloe. Now you need adult solutions. She pulled out her phone and showed me a note. I've calculated the costs. Prenatal care, delivery, baby supplies, childcare, my living expenses while I'm not working. It comes to about $35,000 for the first year. I stared at the itemized list. Designer baby clothes, top-of-the-line stroller, organic everything. Where exactly do you think I'm getting $35,000? You make good money. Plus, you'll love being a grandpa. Chloe, I'm a middle manager at an insurance company, not Jeff Bezos. And being excited about grandchildren doesn't mean I'm obligated to fund your life choices. That's when the manipulation started. Mom said you'd help. What did you tell your mother? That I got pregnant and need family support. She said you'd step up because you're a good father. Did you tell her about the 3 potential fathers and the unprotected sex while drunk? Those details aren't relevant. Those details are the entire situation, Chloe. I called my ex-wife Linda that evening. Got the whole story. She told me she was in a relationship that didn't work out, Linda said. Made it sound like a college romance gone wrong. Try 3 random hookups during spring break with no protection. Silence. Then, are you serious? Dead serious. She wants me to pay $35,000 to support her and the baby while she takes a year off school. Tom, she's 19 and scared. She's 19 and entitled. There's a difference. Linda sighed. What are you going to do? Exactly what you'd do if she asked you for $35,000. Say no. The next morning, Chloe was back with a new strategy. I talked to Aunt Sarah. She said family sticks together in situations like this. What exactly did you tell Aunt Sarah? That I'm pregnant and need help. Call her back. Tell her the full story. Then ask if she'd like to contribute $35,000 to the cause. Chloe's face fell. You're being mean. I'm being honest. You can't tell everyone a different version of events and expect them to make informed decisions. That afternoon, I laid out her real options. Option 1, keep the baby, get a job, apply for assistance programs, find affordable housing. I'll babysit occasionally and help where I can, but you're the primary provider. That's impossible. I can't work full-time and go to school and raise a baby. Option 2, adoption. There are couples who'd love to have your baby and can provide everything you've listed on your expensive wish list. I can't give away my child. Option 3, abortion. It's still early enough, and you're clearly not ready for motherhood. I could never do that. Then we're back to option 1. Welcome to adult consequences. Chloe spent the next week calling every family member, friend, and acquaintance, trying to find someone who'd fund her single motherhood plan. She spun different versions of the story to each person, always positioning herself as the victim of circumstances beyond her control. The results were enlightening. Her grandmother offered to help with baby clothes but not living expenses. Her uncle said he'd contribute $500, assuming I was covering the rest. Her high school friends were supportive on social media but contributed exactly $0. Her college friends were dealing with their own financial aid problems. Meanwhile, I did some research on the reality of young single motherhood. The statistics weren't encouraging. Most teen mothers don't finish college. Their lifetime earning potential drops significantly. Their children are more likely to grow up in poverty. I printed out all the data and showed it to Chloe. This is what you're choosing. Not the Instagram-worthy version with cute baby clothes and supportive family. This is the actual statistical reality. She broke down. I thought having a baby would give my life meaning. That everyone would rally around and help. Having a baby because you're searching for purpose is the worst possible reason to become a parent. What am I supposed to do? Make a decision based on reality, not fantasy. That's when she admitted the truth. I was hoping this would bring you and Mom back together. That having a grandchild would make us a family again. My heart broke a little. Chloe, your mother and I divorced because we weren't compatible as a couple. A baby isn't going to fix that. And using a child to manipulate adults into the family structure you want is incredibly unfair to that child. After 2 weeks of research, phone calls, and reality checks, Chloe made her choice. She decided on adoption. We found an agency that specialized in college-age mothers. Within a week, they matched her with a couple, both doctors, married for 8 years, unable to have children of their own. They were willing to pay all medical expenses and provide a small stipend for living costs during the pregnancy. Chloe met them over video call and liked them immediately. They were patient, understanding, and genuinely excited about the possibility of raising her child. They have everything I wanted to give the baby, she told me after the call. Financial security, a stable marriage, extended family support, college funds already set up. How do you feel about that? Sad, but relieved. I realized I wanted a baby for all the wrong reasons. I wanted someone who'd love me unconditionally, but babies aren't supposed to fix their parents' emotional problems. The pregnancy went smoothly. Chloe stayed in school, worked part-time, and maintained a relationship with the adoptive parents. They sent updates, included her in doctor's appointments, and treated her with incredible respect throughout the process. The birth was emotional but beautiful. Chloe held her son for an hour, then placed him in his new parents' arms. There wasn't a dry eye in the room. I love you enough to give you the life you deserve, she whispered to him. That was 2 years ago. Chloe is now a junior at ASU, majoring in social work with a focus on teen pregnancy counseling. Her grades are better than ever. She's in a stable relationship with a guy who knows her story and respects her choices. She maintains contact with the adoptive family. Gets photos and updates monthly. Her son is thriving, happy, healthy, surrounded by love and opportunities. Do you ever regret your decision? I asked her last Christmas. Never. Seeing him with his real parents, the ones who planned for him, saved for him, and can give him everything, that's what love looks like. What I felt was need, not love. The experience changed our relationship too. Chloe understands now that love sometimes means saying no. That enabling someone's poor choices isn't kindness, it's cruelty. Thank you for not rescuing me, she told me on her 21st birthday. If you'd paid for everything, I would have learned nothing. I'd probably be a bitter single mother resenting you for not doing more. She's right. The hardest thing I've ever done as a parent was watching my daughter struggle with the consequences of her choices. But by refusing to cushion the impact, I forced her to develop real problem-solving skills. Monica now volunteers with other young women facing unplanned pregnancies. She helps them understand their options and make informed decisions based on reality, not emotion. Most of them want someone to wave a magic wand and make everything easy, she told me. But easy solutions create weak people. I learned that from you. Parenting doesn't end when your children become adults. But it changes dramatically. Your job shifts from protection to guidance, from solving their problems to helping them develop the skills to solve their own problems. Chloe wanted me to fund her fantasy of easy motherhood. Instead, I forced her to confront the reality of her situation and make hard choices. It was painful for both of us, but it was the right thing to do. She's stronger now. More thoughtful. Better equipped to handle whatever life throws at her. And she's genuinely grateful for the tough love, even though she hated it at the time. The question that keeps me up, should parents always support their adult children's decisions, even when those decisions are clearly destructive?